Hey guys, it's Tartan coming at you with another game of Minecraft. I mean, wheat. And, as is tradition, we're just gonna fly over the wheat field as we come to the place that we're gonna work on today. Because after all, what is life without a little bit of perspective? And it occurs to me that we could show it at the beginning and the end, you know. Show the glory of what has been. Here we have, Wheat Park. That was the principal wheat field. We've gone beyond that now. Beyond good and evil there is wheat. Beyond the ice and high mountains of existence, there is wheat. Beyond the lava and the nether portals, well, you get the idea. Some say there's other stuff to do in Minecraft. I've heard all sorts of stories, and maybe in the past I have believed them myself. But all that I know now is the call of the wheat. And if you looked at that and thought, the project of a madman, well, I mean, yeah. But that doesn't mean that it's without value itself. I don't know if perceiving it has any value, but the planting of it certainly does. For one thing, it's pretty. And for another, well, it's also contemplative. A nice peaceful way of changing the world into being a slightly different shape. And a slightly different, more yellow-focused color palette. That's not, like, that important to me. In fact, totally blacking out the world would be much more my style. As in life by preference, I'm not very much a green and yellow decoration type guy. Although those are the colors of Mountain Dew, the toppest tier of soft drinks. I'm not being paid by Mountain Dew to say I like them. It's just true. I'm not sure what it's supposed to taste like, but it sure is good. Well, you didn't come here to hear me talk about how I like Mountain Dew. Or at least I hope not. Or I mean, I guess if you did, that would be better. But we're not going to talk about that for very much longer. We're giving it up right now. Because all that really matters is wheat. And with the unique avenue afforded me by the modern world, I thought to myself, why don't I, instead of talking about news of dramatic social and political importance, like whether or not rich people cheat at video games, because, I mean, obviously they do, why don't I just plant some wheat? First of all, no one has ever asked me for my opinion on anything. That's not true. Sometimes they do. They always regret it, though. They don't ask twice. They're like, man, that guy is tedious. That pig better stay out of this wheat field if he knows what's good for him. I can't wait until we get better pigs in Minecraft. It's happening soon. I checked out the snapshot a few days ago, and both cold and warm pigs are wonderful and beautiful, and I very much look forward to making them a part of the Minecraft landscape. Normal pigs, I mean, meh. It's fun that you can ride them. It is incredibly fun that you can put a carrot on them and ride them around. You know, and a saddle. But I don't think we're gonna use any of the new pigs for battle in the hardcore world. I mean, not like all the time. I think we're just gonna find them and induct them into the crime family. There'll be one cold pig and one warm pig, and we'll have to figure out fun and endearing personalities for them. You know, like a good cop, bad cop, but you know they're gangsters because it's the crime family, and we'll lean into that maybe something like that. Like anytime they get sent out to do a hit, they can't do it right because they're always arguing over like which way is better because one likes it hot, one likes it cold. They could never get a movie about their lives made because they wouldn't be able to agree on the title. That kind of thing, you know. A heartwarming story of gangster pigs probably already exists. I'm describing Animal Farm again, aren't I? So one of them's called Napoleon, and one of them's called Snowball. I'm only joking. I'm not going to recap Animal Farm to you today. I could, though. I've read it so many times. I love Animal Farm. Good stuff. I will work harder. I often ironically say that to myself at work. I'm not much of a boxer personality, but what a great character in spite of how he is treated by the pigs of Animal Farm. I said I wasn't going to recap Animal Farm, and yet here I am, spoiling it. I have like a lot of copies of it. Maybe not so many anymore. In like 1984 too. I really like George Orwell's books. Always have since I was a kid. And I would just like pick up extra copies at thrift stores. And then if anybody said they hadn't read them, I just like go down to my library and grab it and give it to them when I see them next. Or in the unlikely event that they're visiting my house, I just like press it into them immediately. I'm like, here, this is yours now. I've got more copies of it. But I don't know how people don't read 1984. Like, when it kicks off, it was a cold day in April and the clocks were striking 13. How do you ever put that book down? How do you ever put that book down? It's such a good opening line. And it continues to be just like riveting prose and really interesting stuff throughout. I lament that most of the time when people bring the book up, it's to prove they haven't read it. But I like it a lot, and I think you should read it too. Not for preachy political reasons, but for artistic, literary reasons. Oh yeah, I talk about books a lot too. If you were here for the wheat, the title's a lie. Often I ramble. The wheat finds it endearing. I think it helps the garden grow. We're going to be able to plant too much, so we're going to have to go to the field of 1,000 cows. I think it's like 2,000 now. Who's counting? The game is counting, and that's good. Because somebody has to keep score. Somebody has to keep track of every single seed of wheat that we have planted down, and every blade of grass. Minecraft watches, and everywhere we look. Oh, hey, Char. Oh, this is my wheat field. You must not have ever seen it before. Well, you know, I need to go and mend my tool real quick. So once I finish a couple of rows, I'll fly up and show it to you. Oh, you're gonna like this. You're gonna be so impressed. You're gonna be like, wow, this is a totally normal guy, and he has the dreams of normal people. But in short, this is a wheat field. But I'm underselling it to be funny. This is like one of my proudest accomplishments in all of life. Like, this is every bit as good as that paper airplane that I made in 3rd grade one time. So, here's the wheat field. I'm only joking. This is just a small portion of it. The reveal is my favorite part. So this is just what I'm working on here. We're going over to that mountain and making like a temple of wheat eventually. But the real fun happens when I pan out here and you're like, oh wait, there's more. Oh yeah, there's more. We can't go so slow or we won't be able to see the whole thing. So basically this all, like everything here on this side of the water, this is all like the modern expansion of the wheat field. Like all of that didn't used to be, and that's why it's sort of like it's on this one biome. We're just following all the way through there. This is the original wheat field. And then after, just like they're bounded by the water, like on the inside, that was the very original one. And then I planted some more, and some more. And this is Wheat Mountain. You'll never guess why it's called that. And then I kept going for a while. This side of Wheat Mountain is actually kind of awesome, if I say so myself. But yeah, so it's a triumph. It's a labor of love and wheat seeds. And this is what I do now. No, I have a Minecraft hardcore world as well. It's on day like 350 at this point, but mainly all I do is plant wheat. And this is over where Spawn was. I used to live here, in-game, but now I mainly live other places. And this is the field of 1,000 cows. It's more like 2,000 now. I've got wheat somewhere. Probably. Oh, agony of agonies. Did I really run out? That's so funny. Alright, here we go. I can't believe I don't have random extra wheat somewhere here. That would have been very humorous, though. Yeah. And then we just sort of dizzyingly cram into here, and, anyway, so this was, like, when I first started playing Minecraft, I was on normal and I died a ton, and then I made this world on peaceful. This was long before the wheat was an obsession, and I was just doing all sorts of stuff, and then this is before I was streaming, and a viewer was like, hey, you should put, the mobs onto easy. You've already got, like, so much stuff, and you can make good gear, and it would be fine. And then very shortly after that, I started playing hardcore. And now this world, I almost only ever play on easy just to acquire material, or on peaceful rather, to acquire materials and stuff. And when I want to have enemies, I go and play hardcore. But normally at this point, I would take care of the cows, because this is 2,040 of them now, so a bunch. This is not like a well-designed cow pasture either. I made this like holy cow, indeed. Yes. But so I made this pasture back when I like didn't know anything about the game, right? Like I had been playing for like 50 hours. I've only played Minecraft for like 7 months. So this is all recent history. But I just had this little thing here, and there's like a moat because the wall moved a few times. There's this thing here. I had like wheat planted on this raised platform because I was like, maybe the cows need to eat wheat. I never like looked up anything for Minecraft, so I just sort of like, figured it out as I went along, or from what people told me in the YouTube comments. Because like I knew Minecraft existed, right? But I had never played it at all and didn't really have a baseline for things. But and all these places over here where the cows are like standing up a little bit, they're like on top of hay bales, because again, like I thought, oh, maybe they need something to eat. This was back when I didn't understand that I could just cram 2,000 of them in a place. I thought they needed food, water, and shelter. This is the box where I throw all of the animal parts because I can't be bothered to turn them into emeralds at a village further away. But I normally just fly in spectator mode back and forth. I never use creative mode for like doing the things, but I've only ever killed the Ender Dragon on hardcore, and I don't like the Nether very much, so I don't see the point in like going and getting an Elytra when I can just swap it over to spectator mode and move. I don't consider it unsporting to not like trek physically through the wheat field. But yeah, but that's that's it. What I mean to say is, yeah, that's it. That's the wheat field. And here I have my little boxes where I keep my seeds. But yep, that's all there is to it. I don't stream like 100% of all of the Wheat stuff. Usually just a bit here and there. Sometimes I'll stream for like a whole hour on it. Just, like, depends on if I have anything else that I feel like playing or, my mood that day or whatnot. Have I ever played Hypixel? I don't think so. If that's the name of a mod, no, I have not played any Minecraft mods. I've only ever played vanilla. I like sort of plan to someday, but in the insincere way where I haven't looked into it at all. I'm not like intimidated by modding the game. I've modded many PC games. No, I'm just playing. But like I've done a lot of PC game modding. Not so much like making my own, very much. Only that one time did I make a sub mod for a game. And that was just editing things in Word. It's not important. What I mean to say is I look forward to eventually doing it, and it's not like I have a hang up about it. I just I'm also like philosophically trying to play more than one game at a time, because I think that would be good for the experience of art, because I tend to tunnel vision pretty heavily and just do one thing over and over. I don't feel like I need to explain that while you're looking at this wheat field. But I mean, of course, a mod would very much freshen up the experience. But I realized whenever I went to get this video up that I have now passed a big milestone on YouTube. I have uploaded 1,001 videos and live streams, which is, it's a big number. Pretty funny. In a mere 10.5 years. But I haven't been playing stuff for YouTube that whole time. That's just when the channel got started. But I should have recognized it and did like a 1,000 video special where I played, Warband or something. So that's the only thing I used to play once upon a time. I should play Warband again. That would be great. Nobody would watch it. It wouldn't matter. What a good game. This game pretty fun. Yeah, so it happened right. I came upon the game right in like right at the same time that Game of Thrones was sort of entering its hype period. Like it was season 2 or 3, something like that. And there was a mod for it called A Clash of Kings that changed it. That changed Warband to being like the map of Westeros from Game of Thrones, and I got just so obsessed with it. I have 1,891 hours in Warband on Steam, and I never played the vanilla game. I played it. It was like a free download weekend thing. I played it for like 30 minutes, and I thought, this game's really cool. But when you load it, there's a thing for like modules, so I just looked up like, hey, what mods are there for this game? And then I immediately installed the Game of Thrones one, and that's basically the only one I ever did. And it was so much fun. I loved it. But that game, you could mod by writing in a notepad file, essentially. I don't know how modding every game works. Maybe abstractly that's sort of how you do it. But in this, there was literally like a file called Troops for Warband. And you could go in and move a number over. If you're like, I want these people to hit 7% harder, you could make that happen. If you wanted to be like, I want crossbow projectiles to move slightly faster and have a slightly different arc. The notepad document didn't tell you which numbers meant what, but you could find out and do it. You could swap people's armor around. You could do all sorts of things, and I found it very, very fun to do. So I would make like custom troops. I did this only like 1 or 2 times, but I would make like custom troops for my own like eventual kingdom that I was gonna set up, and I would change the little things in the game that I thought needed to be changed for balance or flavor or whatever. And it was great. It's so great having little nitpicks to have with the game and then be like, you know what? Why don't I just change it? If I think these people should have more armor on their horses, I'll just make the horse armor better. I mean, if I could do that in Skyrim, I don't know how. I bet it's a lot harder. But on the Minecraft splash screen, you know, sometimes it'll tell you to play games. Like, it tells you to play Terraria, but it also tells you to play Mount and Blade Warband. Terraria was fun, but I hated the UI. All the items looked the same, so I quit. But unfortunately, the time on the clock marches onward, and that means it's time for me to go. I gotta go to work. But as with most Sundays, ignore time-sensitive information if you're from the future, but as with most Sundays, it's just a short day for me. So I'll be back this afternoon. It probably won't be just Wheat. I'm planning on playing Red Dead Redemption for several hours, like maybe 5, maybe 6, maybe 8. But I might get mad because they are making me make an account and not do that today. But I'm not sure what's going to be up with it. But we'll just take one last look at the triumphant wheat field. My pride, my joy, my heart. You know, we're making progress. So, you know, out there, the horizon of wheat. But so we're taking over the entire savannah with wheat. We need to fill in that chasm when we get there. These pillars are historical monuments from like months ago. They indicated the presence of a trial ruin underground. And this pillar was like for me to know where the nether portal was. I've been playing on this world a long time. I used to get lost a lot more than I do now. And here's the Savannah Mountain. We cleared this land absolutely ages ago. But the grass doesn't grow because we never come up here. But we're going to build the Temple of Wheat up here. And I don't know what it's going to look like because I don't know how to build things. But that's where it's going to be. So we're going to have wheat all the way to here. And then probably to the foot of the mountain. And then I imagine we'll do like flowers and stuff on the sides of that mountain there. The cherry trees, I brought all of them in. I love the cherry trees. They're sort of a thing that I gravitate to on my Minecraft worlds, and sometimes I just spawn in the middle of them, but that's not the case here. I had to bring these from far away. But that's the wheat field. There's some other very, very minor amounts of crops over there. Just ignore them. That was before I embraced wheat truly into my heart. You know, that was the old me, the guy that planted radishes and beetroots and carrots and potatoes. Maybe someday I'll be that man again, but for now, I am who I am. I am that I wheat. From from misty, impenetrable distance to the mountain of wheat. Nothing but wheat. Nothing but beauty. It's so much wheat. Oh yeah, we should take a look at Wheat Mountain from this side. It's like the scale of it, right? The beauty, the texture. But that's what wheat is. That's what it's all about. I'm sure there are people out there with better wheat fields. There may be many like it, but this one is mine. So thank you for checking it out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Perhaps I will see you in a later stream or video. And that's about it for today. Happy Sunday, and you guys have a good one. Later.